If you are looking for a home with a large lot or acreage here in the Triangle, this video is for you today. Stick around.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back. I'm Zach. This is my beautiful wife, Cindy. If you have not hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit it. We'd love for you to be a part of the channel. We put that number on the screen below because we are licensed real estate agents. So as much as we love to help make these videos for you, we love to help you with your real estate needs even more. So if you got questions about the area, if you're looking to buy or sell in the area, we'd love to connect with you. So feel free to reach out. And like Cindy said, I'm really pumped about today's video. It is on the areas with the largest lot sizes. So I think it's gonna be really awesome. And with that being said, let's dig in.
So today we're going to be looking at the areas with the largest lot sizes in what we would consider to be the Triangle, Greater Triangle area. And we're going to be looking at data from the last 3 months of sales here in the Triangle. So this kind of, right now it's November, so the past 3 months from now to then. And then we're talking about lots that have at least 1 acre or more. If you're watching this, you might say 1 acre is not a lot of acreage, or 1 acre feels huge. It's all relative, but that's what these data points are based off of. So that being said, we're going to go over the ones with the most space and those with the least space that you need to be on the lookout for in case you're thinking about a certain city and you also want an acre or more, and like what the reality of that could look like. So we're going to jump right in with the areas with the most space.
All right, the first place we're going to talk about on the list today is HILLSBORO. HILLSBORO actually, out of all the homes that have sold in the last 3 months, 43% had an acre or more, which is really amazing.
All the single family homes. I did weed out the townhomes because obviously they don't have a yard. I didn't want them to skew the data.
HILLSBORO is on the northwest side of the Triangle. HILLSBORO, the population size is really small, so the inventory of available homes is also going to be very small. But HILLSBORO has a good collection of neighborhoods that have an acre or more in them. And HILLSBORO also has a lot of farmland too, so you can get 5, 10, 20 plus acres in HILLSBORO. Obviously, that's coming with a very significant price point. You know, but HILLSBORO is a place that land is really abundant.
Right. And HILLSBORO is such a cute town. It's one of our favorites in the Triangle. Little biased because we kind of live in the area, but
it's where we live, so.
We do love HILLSBORO. It's like Zach mentioned, it's kind of a quaint little town. The downtown, it has a very like colonial feel to it, and a lot of like old war history with like different wars. Actually, a couple of different wars. In HILLSBORO, so it's really fun if you like history. It's a fun place to like walk around downtown and like just read what's on the signs. They have a river walk trail that we go to often with our kiddos. It's really fun, just like a paved trail that goes along the Eno River. It's got parks along it. So yeah, it's a great place to live. But if you're looking for a place with like a bustling downtown food scene, like it's not really gonna be that. Now it's not like the middle of nowhere or anything. It's right off the highway, so it's really convenient if you need to get like to RTP or Durham or Raleigh. But you know, you're probably gonna find yourself going into Durham a lot for like your shopping and your entertainment. But
really, none of these areas we're gonna talk about today, for the most part, have a bustling downtown, because
of the trade-off.
With more land comes typically less population, and so that's the trade-off for it.
So the next place on our list has pretty similar data to HILLSBORO, and it is PITTSBORO, North Carolina. So PITTSBORO, it's kind of on the southwest side of the Triangle. It does feel a little bit further away if you're talking about coming from like Durham or Raleigh, but really close to Chapel Hill and really close to Apex. So if you are like, I really need to just have quick access to Chapel Hill or quick access to Apex, PITTSBORO could be a perfect place for you. About 42% of the homes that sold in the last 3 months in PITTSBORO had an acre or more.
Which is awesome. It's pretty amazing.
I really like the culture of PITTSBORO. It's cool. It's changing and growing a lot right now, but I feel like it's growing in a way that's like, it's not like cookie cutter growing. which is cool. But it has a really cute little downtown with a couple restaurants, some cute little boutiques and shops to walk around. But a lot of the new neighborhoods that are coming into Pittsboro have more like of a luxury feel. So it's a lot of like estate homes. So some of those are like larger homes that are going to sit on like 2 to 5 acres of land, feels like the common thing right now. And a lot of these neighborhoods are currently being constructed or have been constructed just in like the last 5 years or so. There are some smaller developments in the area, and then just some older homes that are kind of like HILLSBORO, just sit on like more of like a farmland kind of feel. So it's just beautiful countryside to drive through, and you have really close access to Jordan Lake. So if you're into that kind of thing, it's perfect to have Jordan Lake just right there. And
Jordan Lake is what also causes the distance between Pittsboro and the rest of the Triangle, because there's not a lot of road access at Jordan Lake outside of, a couple, like Highway 64 would be one, and then the rest of it's really having to go around Jordan Lake to get where you're going, and so it makes commute times a little longer. But yeah, I mean, Pittsboro, and we'll do a separate video on Pittsboro. I know quite a few of you have asked for a video on Pittsboro. I promise it's coming
in the next few weeks.
But Pittsboro, it's located in Chatham County, and Chatham County is really exploding from like an economic standpoint. So, I mean, they've landed several large companies coming into the area. One that was recently landed was, I think, called VinFast. It's a Vietnamese EV company. So they're going to manufacture their electric vehicles there. I think they're bringing about 7,500 jobs into Chatham County. So yeah, I mean, Chatham County is growing a lot, and Pittsboro is obviously going to grow with that. So, all right, next up on the list is Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill had 22% of the homes sold in the last 3 months that had an acre or more. If you know anything about Chapel Hill, that it might surprise you to hear that. It honestly surprised me some. Yeah. But I think it's easy to, when you think of Chapel Hill, to think about just the downtown portion where the university is. But there's a large portion on the north side and on the south side that feels significantly more rural, and that's where the land is going to be.
Right, and that south side is going to be close to Pittsboro, like I mentioned. The north side's going to be a little closer to HILLSBORO.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And in Chapel Hill too, it's mostly Orange County, but there are portions of Chapel Hill that are in Chatham County, and that's probably where a lot more of the land is on that Chatham County part. So something to keep in mind if you're thinking about school districts and all this stuff. Like, not everything in Chapel Hill is going to be in the Chapel Hill school system. Some of it might fall into the Chatham school system.
Yeah, exactly.
So the fourth city and last with the most amount of land on our list today is MEBANE, North Carolina. So if you're looking for a more affordable option, our first three are all pretty pricey. You know, having land comes with paying more money, obviously, but MEBANE, I think, is going to be the most affordable option if you're looking for land. And it came in around 20% of the homes in MEBANE had about an acre or more. So MEBANE is on like the farthest west part of the triangle. I would say anything past MEBANE is probably not really the triangle anymore. But if you needed to commute into Durham, it's only about 20 minutes. It's not bad, like with the highway access, because Highway 40 does run right into MEBANE, which is great.
And 85.
Yeah, and it's really has developed a lot in the past, like, 10 to 20 years, I would say. You know, you don't have like those luxury estate home developments like you have on the Pittsboro side. It's definitely a little more on the cookie cutter side, but a great family friendly option, and it has easy access to HILLSBORO and Durham. So it's great. And if you maybe had one person in your family that needed access to the triangle, and maybe one person that needed access to the triad, which is like the greater Greensboro area, MEBANE's right in the middle. So it can be really convenient for a lot of people.
Yeah, and MEBANE's nice because you can find really two things from an affordable standpoint in MEBANE. You can find a home on decent acreage, and you can also find a brand new house in a more cookie cutter style neighborhood, but it's a new house.
Right,
and so
but more
both,
affordable.
But more affordable. So you can really find both options in MEBANE.
Yeah, which is really nice.
All right, and we do want to go over areas that have the least amount of acreage as well, just to put these other areas in a little more perspective. So the first one, and it's really astounding to me, Morrisville, 0% in the last 3 months.
Not a single home.
Yeah, had more than 1 acre, which isn't surprising to me. But it puts those other areas in perspective of how unique they are when it comes to acreage.
Yeah, and the reason we think that, you know, Morrisville might have 0 homes for sale in the last 3 months that had an acre is because if you've driven through Morrisville or anything like that, it's very close to the airport, and so it's kind of like It's a great place, and it is family friendly, but I think a lot of people that live there end up buying like townhomes because they might travel a lot for work because it's really close to RTP, really close to the airport. So they might not want the maintenance of a large yard there in Morrisville. And Morrisville's really small too. So, you know, there hasn't been a ton of sales there in the last 3 months, but to have nothing with an acre or more is kind of funny.
It is.
But if you're thinking, I really want to move to North Carolina to live in Morrisville and I want to farm, it's not going to happen. So you might want to pick a different place.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah. And so as far as other locations, CARRIE, which is honestly one of the most popular locations for people to move to in the Triangle, came in at 2% of homes had an acre or more. And honestly, the price for that, I don't know what the price was for those the 2% that did, but they're probably astronomical. So.
Right, because CARRIE's one of our more expensive towns here in the Triangle, and you know, a lot of it, like, I think you can, it's not like it's like totally smushed together in CARRIE. I think there are plenty of houses that might have like a quarter acre to a half of an acre, but you know, a lot of the neighborhoods are newer and the homes just tend to be closer together in newer developments.
Yeah, and then lastly, Apex Holly Springs came in roughly at 5%, had an acre or more. So, which kind of lines up with what I would think, because they're, you know, they're more on the southern side. Sorry, acre or less. So yeah, I think it kind of lines up with what I would envision for both those areas. But all in all, if you want acreage, HILLSBORO, Chapel Hill, PITTSBORO, and MEBANE are going to be your best options. If you don't want acreage, you also, Morrisville. You also have plenty of options as well. So there's a lot of different options in the Triangle, which is, I think, what makes this area unique in a lot of ways. Is every area has its own feel, its own culture, its own vibe, its own space, and so you can get a lot of variety in the Triangle. So
definitely,
But anyway, if you like this video, make sure to check out our others. We have videos on almost every single one of these, with the exception of PITTSBORO.
But it's coming.
It's
coming. Maybe by the time you watch this one, we might actually have a PITTSBORO video.
Probably not, but it is coming. So, but anyway, thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you have not subscribed, we'd love for you to be a part of the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions about the area, any questions about real estate in the area, or buying or selling, make sure to hit us up with that number below. You can also find my email below as well, and you can also find us on social media. Yeah,
if you are a social media user, we post pretty frequently on Instagram. You can find us at The Honeycut Realtors on Instagram. We'd love to have you follow along with us there. We post fun things that are going on in the area, you know, fun things about us. So we'd love to have you follow along there, or you can go to our website, honeycutrealtors.com.
But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we will see y'all next time.